mentioned there were three founders. Who were they?
Three founders. Todd Hawley, who is no longer with us, unfortunately. Peter Diamandis, who's gone on to fame as the founder of the X Prize Foundation and a number of other organizations. And Bob Richards, who has also been founder of a number of organizations. And these three gentlemen not only founded the International Space University, but in the course of a few years founded as well the Space Generation Foundation, which is a collection of young professionals in the space field beyond the college years, and the organization called Students for the Exploration and Development of Space, which now represents 25, 30 chapters in the States and other chapters around the world, which are at universities that capture the undergraduate crowd that is interested in space. So the three fellows, they were all around their graduate school years and were excited about the potential of space becoming for all mankind, all humankind, and not just for an elite group of astronauts, and founded these organizations, founded ISU to be that central university where this training of people from all over the globe could come and partake of.
Now, are the classes in France taught in French and the ones at MIT taught in English, or are they both bilingual? Or
we have all the programs. The fundamental teaching language of ISU is English. Both the resident program and the master's in France is in English, as well as the summer program, which moves from country to country, is taught in English. We do have a refresher course in English. We do, as a part of the application process, you have to demonstrate some fluidity in English, some ability in English. It doesn't have to be perfect, and we also offer some remedial help on the front end before the courses begin to freshen up one's English capability. So our summer program, which does move around, and just to give you an example, in 2007, that it was in Beijing, China. In 2008, it was in Barcelona, Spain. 2009, it was in the Silicon Valley area, hosted at NASA Ames. 2010, it was at our central campus in Strasbourg, France. 2011, it was in Graz, Austria. This coming summer, 2012, it will be on the Florida Space Coast, hosted by Florida Tech and the Kennedy Space Center. And we've just selected that for 2013, Brazil will host ISU. In each case, the programs will be in English, but of course, many of our students come to us multilingual, just because many have had that interest in international, which is one of the reasons they found us. And there's also opportunities when you come to the host country to do a little learning on the side, and if you want to practice your language skills, there's opportunities for that as well.
Is all the students' work done in the classroom, or is there a hands-on aspect?
Thanks for that question. There's a lot of opportunity both in the master's program and the space studies program, which is our 9-week summer program. There are actually three components: the classroom work, then there may be workshops which are very hands-on, developing and competing in a robotic competition, or to navigate around the campus that you're on using GPS devices in a scavenger hunt, using GPS devices to help you find your way. We also have visits to organizations that are actively involved in the space field, whether it's exploration or very commercial functions like communications, satellite organizations, or remote sensing, or GPS. And if those organizations are in the local environment where we're doing our programs, there'll be these field trips where you'll go and hear from the companies or organizations doing these companies and learn about those companies. And one thing that's central to both of these to our main programs at ISU is a team project. And there's a choice of team projects with each class. Often there'll be a spread, a diversity of ideas. One may be an exploration mission to an asteroid. One may be dealing with volcanoes on Earth and how space assets could help you in predicting volcanoes or dealing with the aftermath. One might be about climate change and how space can be a factor in dealing with it. We did have a project very recently that we had a lot of interest in from NOAA and from the U.S. Coast Guard and the Pew Trust. The students took a look at the state of the world's oceans, and they honed in on the problem of pirate fishing. This is a fishing that takes place that's outside the realm of the legal fishing, and it's done by bad actors, so to speak, from all over the globe, and it's devastating the bluefin tuna and other species that are very important to the oceans. Well, our students looked at how you could use space assets, satellites, to track the pathway of these ships to see if there's a distinct signature that could isolate those ships that are engaged in this illegal practice and alert the authorities to when these practices are happening. So that's one of our team projects. So they can be everything from what's the best technology to go and land on an asteroid, or it might be what is the best technology and capability the space program has to solve a very real problem here on Earth. Another aspect of an ISU experience is what one does when they leave ISU. And we're very thrilled to know that over 80% of our graduates find that the space program or some aspect of it is where they want to spend their careers and will find jobs in the field. Those jobs may be in government agencies. We have alumni that are in NASA, in the Canadian Space Agency, the French Space Agency, the Japanese Space Agency, the Chinese Space Agency. We even have the Associate Director of the Nigerian Space Agency as an alumni from ISU, and individuals involved in other countries which are just starting to have space activities find that ISU students, because of their broad exposure to all the disciplines relevant to space, are attractive to these employers. Companies, both the established organizations like Boeing or EADS in Europe or Lockheed Martin, they find our students are very well trained for mid and senior level positions, since they've had this training that prepares them for leadership roles. We also find that a number of our graduates go out and start some of the entrepreneurial companies that are really stirring things up in the space field these days. Organizations like Virgin Galactic has a number of ISU alums in them, and Paragon Space and Odyssey Space, and a number of other companies have been founded or have a major role for ISU alums in their organizations. Also non-governmental organizations. I know of alums from ISU. We have an alumni, at least one that I know, in the World Bank and other organizations around the globe, others that become investment bankers in other fields. So they often will go far and wide, but find that connection to the space program in many ways. Insurance companies, in law firms, in banking firms, where the finances for these companies come from, where the insurance comes from to insure the companies. Very often you'll find ISU alums of various backgrounds in all these different organizations. Right now our alumni population is over 3,200 from over 100 countries from around the globe. So it's a powerful network, one that's true to the ideals of the university, which was that humanity is moving outward in its knowledge and its physical presence, and through collaboration, cooperation, and understanding, we can do them together across borders and across disciplines.